We're joined now by the head coach of Brams United, Raj Sharma, runners-up in the U14 Girls Ontario Cup Finals today. A bit of a difficult conditions. I'd like to start by just getting your thoughts on what your plans were coming into this game and how it progressed throughout the game for your squad.
We knew coming into this game Woolwich would be a tough opponent. We've faced them last year once, and we actually beat them that time. But they're one of the top teams in Ontario, as we are, so we were expecting a tough match. Really, the plan was they've got one striker that makes a big difference, number 12. And the plan was just to man mark her and play to our strength, which was playing out into the flanks, playing the ball wide, and making a lot of runs down the side. So that was really the plan coming in. We didn't start out as well as we normally do. Girls obviously nervous. It was freezing cold out there. Didn't get a proper warm-up out. But once we got going, the first 10 minutes or so, Woolwich kept all possession, and we kind of turned it around, had 3-4 chances, and it just didn't bounce our way. One went off the post, somebody got a foot on another. And a couple minutes left in the half, they got a free kick, which unfortunately bounced off the keeper's legs, her knees, and once again, number 12 was there to pounce on the rebound, and I think that first goal made a big difference.
So in terms of, you're talking about the little differences can make a big difference in a tournament such as this. And it's a real razor's edge that you're walking towards the final, and even getting here is a big deal. Just talk a little bit about the tournament in general, your journey to get here, and sort of the difficulty that goes along with playing in a tournament such as this.
Well, I mean, it's a couple things. One, you've got, other tournaments that you play in. We play in, the Golden Horseshoe League, which is one of the toughest ones there. So every match you're fighting for a game. The Ontario Cup, you got to go through a lot of teams to get all the way down here. Round robins, we actually hosted it at Brampton, so that kind of helped us out a bit. But we had a tough squad. We had Oshawa, which is a top team in the east side. We had a team from Ottawa come down. We had one of the London teams, and we're successful in winning that group, which was good. Then we ended up going to London, beating a team out there. And then we had the Falcons in the semifinals, which is a team from our group, and we ended up beating them. I think we just ran out of a little steam. It's been a tough year. And, the girls came out hard to play, and they wanted to do it in their hearts. But it's been a long season, and we're still fighting to win the league in the Golden Horseshoe. So it's been tough.
So in terms of the conditions today, obviously not ideal for football. Cold, rainy, wet.
Yeah.
Had to have played a bit of a factor, I think, at least in the first half for both teams in some ways. Just give us your thoughts on the impact that may have had on your squad today.
Well, there's a couple things. One is this is probably the first cold game that we've played, right? A week from now, I mean, I've got a cold myself as well. A week from now, from today, it was, in the 30s and hot and all of that, so you don't really get to train for this kind of weather. One of the other things is I found, especially with the Ontario Cup Finals and checking the equipment and the anthems and all of that, it takes a lot of time away from the proper warm-up. So we only got a good 10, 15 minutes of warm-up, and then they're cold again, and then the weather makes another on top of that. So I think it did have an impact, but as you said, it's for both teams. We're not complaining because of that. But we've done better.
So just to touch on a few things with the other squad, you mentioned identifying some of their better players, and just talk a little bit about the play of your opponents today as well and how you thought they performed.
I think they did exactly what we thought they were. They played a lot they play in the middle of the pitch. They do a lot of good 1-2s. They pass the ball well. And everything's off of number 12 up in the middle. And she did well. She's a good player. I've seen her once or twice before. We knew it was going to be a tough matchup. Woolwich won the Ontario's last year as well. We were up into the semis. We won the Indoor Ontario Cup. So you knew you had two teams that were battling, that were pretty content. But like I said, we just ran out of a little bit of steam, a little bit unfortunate at the beginning. Had we gotten the early goal, had we not given up the mistake off the keeper's knees, it would have been a different story. And I think we didn't die. We fought right till the end. We had a few chances at the end, a couple calls here and there. But the score didn't reflect totally what the game was. But at the end of the day, they deserved it. I think they were the better team, honestly. But it wasn't one of our best games.
Still lots to play for in the contention for your league championship. That's been the head coach, Raj Sharma, of the Brampton United. Runners-up in the Under-14 Girls Ontario Cup Championships. First off, congratulations for even being here, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.